what do I say? Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Techie. And what have I here is an Asus EPC, I guess. Okay, so it's an Asus EPC 1000H, which was a prime beast in its netbook era, which was spanned during around 2008, 2009, and yes. So in today's video, I'm going to use this as a daily main driver, that too without any upgrades. I mean, with the basic RAM, with the stock factory RAM it came with out of the factory. This has 1 gigs of RAM and Intel Atom 1 core GPU, which is not a flex nowadays. So let's get insecure. To tell you one thing, guys, about this thing I'm going to show you. This video is not sponsored by TP Link, but just in case, if you want to plug in internet into your EPC and you can't see the Wi-Fi you see in other PCs, other laptops, or other phones actually. So this is the I actually managed to get this around 10 to 15 bucks, and I installed the drivers for it, as this is a Windows 7 32 GB, so the drivers are too difficult to find for this. It's an TLWN725N. I recommend to you to buy this before trying this out. My Samsung A56 right here. I'm going to use this at a boot timer and how much it takes to boot in the software or in the desktop or whatever you say. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. I actually accidentally pressed the escape button, and this also acts as a boot drive for these types of devices, so don't make sure you do that problem. It's taking more than 37 seconds actually, to be honest, and now we are breaking into the main desktop. I expect to hear the boot chime of this Windows 7, and here we are. This is the main timer. This is how much time it took to boot. This is not a good thing. You would predominantly want your laptop to be booted into 5 to 7 seconds. This thing immediately took a minute actually, which is not a good thing, and that's why these things are not recommended to use in 2026. I don't even recommend you buying it, but I'm doing this today because I'm a tech savvy person and I'd love to do this type of this. Okay, to be honest, so I still remember the era when 64 GB, 128 GB felt like 2 TB for basic tasks. But now even a single Google Chrome tab will suffocate this laptop. If I'm going to show you how it will today. Okay, so if we talk about the display of this Asus EPC right here, to show you a vast difference, it's as a Mac user, it feels very painful. Even though my Mac doesn't have a Retina display, the display is still too better than this EPC. In fact, if I just show it right here, yes, this is my 2012 13-inch unibody MacBook Pro. As you can see, there is a vast difference between the display of the MacBook and the display of the EPC. That's why the reason is my eyes are so hurting, and the camera can't depict. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, as I showed the TP link adapter, my computer couldn't show the signal waves for the Wi-Fi, and I'm going to connect this. To also show you my Samsung phone about the display earlier I mentioned, this also has a crisp better display according to time flies, and this will also help us today a lot, as I'm going to give my hotspot right here as my wife. And now why am I doing this? I'm doing this because my Wi-Fi does not support the old WPA security networks which are required for this little one to run. So it detected the internet time before it was showing to January 2001, and now it's showing our current date 27 July 2026. Now, if you are gonna think how am I gonna run this today, so well, good luck, because I have this software called Supermium right here. Now, many of you would go and try old versions of Google Chrome, but I think that's not necessarily required, because Supermium is also version of Google or Chrome only. It's just designed to run on old Windows hardware. So, if you want a link of all these things or the TP link driver, I also write here. I'll give all of them in the description if you want to try this out. But this is a fun project, and you're basically not gonna use this as your main contributor, right? So now I'm going to open Supermium right here. It's and look at that. It even takes time to load. Or if it's just it hasn't opened on it, we're going to click open here again. Okay, so as you can see, it took so much time to even load us one tab of Supermium. And now, if I'm going to check this, there are two currently new tabs open here. That's a bad thing. It reacts too late. This is not a good thing. Yes, and yes, that's what we want. In the Mac world, we complain to Apple if our standard render time takes more than 1 minute. See my marks or don't believe my words or what I'm saying about the speed of this laptop, I'll just open taskbar right here, and I'll oh, look at that, how much memory it's taking. So this laptop basically has 1 GB of RAM, DDR2 RAM, and if we convert it into megabytes, that's 1000 megabytes. And you can see right here, this is showing 719 megabytes. So that's like 70% of it is just consumed in opening one Google Chrome tab. Now the reason why this is happening is I'm going to show right now. Here I have the habit to open 30 tabs at once to for work, for studies, etc., for my student work. And to be honest, if I even open two tabs in it, and it's taking 60%, 70% of memory in that only. Let me try putting 2, 3, 4 tabs. And yes, and now we'll check the memory usage. Oh my gosh, now you can see the CPU usage right here. It's kicked to 100%. This is a very bad thing. This is the laptop is giving all its life on just running on 4 tabs of Google Chrome. You can see how much that's used. What I have now here is a Phillips 00 hashtag screwdriver. I'm going to open the back of this and show you why this is so freaking slow. Shut this with the cover back, and this is the very area where the RAM is located. And yes, I have opened the back cover right here. And now the reason why is this laptop running slow can be seen right here. This is the 1 GB RAM, the DDR2 RAM, the notorious RAM which makes it too slow for this basic task. This is the hard disk, and this is the heatsink right here. So now what we are going to do is shut the panel off again, as I have already told you guys that the reason this is running slow is because the RAM. Okay, so now I have done the vice versa, and this what I'm going to do is I'm going to open a tab of Wikipedia, and we are going to check how much storage it takes. Okay, so guys, I have officially now it's turned on my laptop. I have clicked task manager right here, and look at that, it's not taking that much. It's only taking about 30% of the memory by sitting into the desktop only. So I'm gonna shut this for a while. Open my browser Supermium right here. Okay, so guys, I have opened YouTube in my Chromium browser, I mean Supermium, I'm going to run a YouTube shot. Now please don't laugh at me if I run this shot, because it's very important to test the CPU usage and the RAM usage of the computer while just running a simple YouTube shot. So as you can see, oh, it's prompting me for a battery saver mode. I'll just cancel it for now. And as you can see, it's lagging a bit while running the YouTube shot, because you can't expect the 1 GB RAM to run smoothly a YouTube shot. So now we are going to task manager, and oh my god, it's taking around 90% of the random access memory just to use or to run a freaking YouTube shot, and also the 100% CPU. Okay, so now that's my final verdict for the day. If is a Asus EPC usable in 2026 as a daily driver? Absolutely not. But if you prefer to use it as nostalgia, it's better. Now I'm ready to go back to my MacBook, but there will always be a piece in the back of my mind which will always respect this old machine for fighting even after all of these years. So I think guys, that's it for today. See ya in the next video.